Love and greetings to you. Welcome to the Marriage Foundation channel for marriage help, where those of you who have been searching everywhere, you come here and you subscribe because finally you go, this guy understands marriage, which is ironic because I'm not a psychologist. I used to be a divorce mediator, so I had lots of psychologist friends who sent me a lot of business. Now when I look back, that was in San Diego, California, by the way, almost the divorce capital, and I did very well. But when I had a couple come to me and say, we don't really want a divorce, we went through the whole counseling and all that doesn't work, well, we want to be married, we know there's something we can do. I said, let me look into it. So I did. And I'll tell you what, I was shocked by what I discovered. First of all, I discovered that Western psychology is literally the wrong way to approach marriage, period. And that includes issues, that includes labeling, that includes scrutinizing, talking things out, figuring out how we should do this, how we should do that. All that stuff is incorrect because it's dealing with marriage on a plane that is so low. But I discovered that marriage is an amazing thing. It's so high. What do I mean by that? Low means mundane, day to day. Got to take care of this, got to pick up the kids, got to cook dinner, got to do this. And that's not where you live marriage. That's where you live your day-to-day life. But when you fell in love with your husband, love is much higher. You discovered he was your soulmate. You're a soul. He's a soul. And that love that you experience was up here, not down here. And so we don't know that. No one teaches us this. We don't know how to live our marriage on the higher plane of love, harmony, joy. We don't know this because we aren't taught. It's no one's fault. Society is evolving, and this is what I discovered. So here's the question. My husband is insecure and doesn't trust me. Bam. You've just labeled your husband as insecure. That's not a very loving thing to do, is it? And he doesn't trust me. Why not? Well, I'm not saying it's your fault, by the way. There's no implication. Don't misunderstand this. Because neither of you get it. And that's the problem. I talked about living your marriage on a higher plane. The mind is not on a higher plane. The mind is a possession of the soul. Both of you have a mind, and its chief job is to report to you. But it doesn't, because you've never taken over the mind. So the mind is reporting, and this is psychophysiological. In other words, mind and body. The mind is reporting to the body. The body is comprised of trillions of individual cells. We know scientifically, biologically, that life means each cell is striving for survival. That's it. That's it. An individual cell, the lowest form of life, is striving for survival. Put all the trillions of them together, and now you have a body that is striving for survival. It's always telling the mind, that's dangerous. Don't go there. Don't do that. It's danger, danger, danger. We will have to survive. If the mind had its way, you would sit in a little corner somewhere, sucking your thumb, holding on to your security blanket. And we're not taught that we can address our mind, control it, and not be ruled by it anymore, well, where do you go? You go to love. And this is the cure for your husband's so-called insecurity and your feeling that he doesn't trust you, because that's a problem. Not that he doesn't trust you. That is literally his problem. Your problem is that you don't like it. And so what's happening is your mind is going, he doesn't trust me, that's dangerous, bam, his fault, blame, I'm not going there. That is the cure. I'm not going there. He doesn't trust me, he trusts, who cares? I love him. And I'm going to just, not as a response, but I'm going to change the dynamic of our relationship from down here, trust, security, all that stuff, and I'm just going to go love. And if he expresses distrust, I'm going to smile, and I'm going to say, I love you, and I'm sorry you don't trust me. I love you with all my heart, mind, and soul. That's where I'm at. You're not going to add, you're not trusting me as your problem, because that's going to set up a conflict. You're going to live love, you see. You're not going to become his teacher or his guide or anything like that. That's not what marriage is about. I know we hear about that we learn from each other in marriage, but that is so misunderstood. We learn by watching our mind, how it perceives things, controlling it, not allowing it to take over our lives, and instead infusing the situations that we're in, the relationships that we're in, and ourselves, infusing with love, infusing with happiness. That's where it's at. I hope this is helpful to you. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Learn as much as you can about marriage, because marriage is amazing. When you know what you're doing, it is one of God's greatest gifts to us. I think it's second only to free will. And what do you use your free will for? To choose between chocolate and vanilla? We don't know what we have here, because we live in a world that is so material, so mundane. We don't have to live that way. We could live in joy, constant love. We could become fountains of joy. You know what's really cool? I've been doing this for a long time, over 22 years. And now, and in 2011, I trained a bunch of people, psychologists, some doctors of psychology too, to become TMF marriage counselors. And now we're training them again. We're going to get people out on the streets because our numbers are going up. We've saved thousands of marriages with our courses. You should go to our website. It's very cool. There's a lot of free stuff. There's a lot of affordable stuff. It's all good stuff. And we want people to understand how amazing marriage is. The benefits are unbelievable. It's like you're living in the world, but you're not of the world. You're of your marriage. It's one of God's greatest gifts. It's amazing. I'm so glad you tuned in. I hope you subscribe. I hope you liked the video. God bless you. I hope to see you again. I'm Paul Friedman again. I founded the Marriage Foundation. Take care.